Rod Wave is trending again, but not because of a new hit album or an emotional performance. This time, the headlines are a little more complicated and a lot more controversial. On May 20th, 2025, the rapper was arrested in Fulton County, Georgia, facing multiple serious felony charges. The incident behind these charges took place nearly a month earlier, on April 21st. And since the news broke, the internet has been in overdrive trying to piece together what really happened. Fans, critics, and curious onlookers are all buzzing with the same question. What led to Rod Wave's arrest? The charges aren't minor. They include aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, pointing a gun at another person, criminal damage to property, reckless conduct, and even tampering with evidence. That's a serious list by any standard. And for someone with Rod Wave's platform and influence, it's a shocking turn of events. What's especially concerning is how little concrete detail has been made public. The case file is being kept relatively quiet for now, but that hasn't stopped speculation from taking off across social media. Soon after his arrest, rumors exploded on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. The most viral claim? That Rod Wave allegedly shot at his girlfriend's car. His rumored girlfriend, known online as Mini Barbie, suddenly found herself at the center of a media storm. Fans began pulling up past interactions, analyzing social media posts, and even revisiting old lyrics, trying to draw connections or make sense of what went wrong. But here's the catch. There is absolutely no official confirmation that Mini Barbie was involved at all. Despite the rumors, no credible sources have named her as the victim, and no statement has been released by either party to support the claim. Still, the internet doesn't wait for confirmation. TikTokers started theorizing within hours, dissecting the timeline, and some even uploaded fake, leaked footage that supposedly showed the altercation. YouTube commentary channels were quick to upload videos with dramatic titles and shaky evidence, and memes started flooding in. In the court of public opinion, a narrative was forming fast, too fast, perhaps. The court system hasn't spoken yet, but social media seems to have already decided what happened. Rod Wave's team has stayed silent for now, releasing no official statement. But his mugshot from Fulton County Jail quickly went viral, with some fans expressing shock, others disappointment, and a few defending him fiercely. He was released the same day he was booked, thanks to a series of surety bonds, and this only added more fuel to the fire. Some said it was a sign of privilege, others argued that the legal system was simply doing what it's supposed to do. But one thing was clear. This story was far from over. Rod Wave has always been an emotional storyteller. His music is drenched in vulnerability, loss, pain, and reflection. He's not the type of artist known for flaunting wealth or beefing online. Instead, he's built a career around being relatable and raw. That's what makes this arrest so jarring. For many fans, it doesn't align with the version of Rod Wave they've come to love. But it also raises a difficult question. How well do we really know celebrities? Especially ones who have built their brand on authenticity. The fandom has been split. Some fans have chosen to wait for more information, urging others not to jump to conclusions. But others feel betrayed, saying that even the rumors, if remotely true, paint a troubling picture. They argue that whether or not the car belonged to Mini Barbie, the idea that Rod Wave could be involved in a violent incident is enough to reconsider their support. It's a debate that touches on a much bigger issue in celebrity culture. At what point do we separate the art from the artist, and should we? This isn't the first time Rod Wave has had a brush with the law. In 2022, he was arrested for battery by strangulation, though the charges were eventually dropped. At the time, he called the situation a misunderstanding and was able to bounce back musically without much damage to his reputation. But this time feels different. The charges are more severe, the public scrutiny is more intense, and the rumor mill is spinning faster than ever. He's no longer just fighting legal charges. He's fighting for his image. As of now, there's no trial date announced, and we don't know how the legal process will unfold. That hasn't stopped people from speculating on possible outcomes. Some believe the charges might get dropped again. Others think this could seriously impact his career, especially if any jail time is involved. In the meantime, Rod Wave's streaming numbers have spiked. Another strange twist that shows how controversy can ironically boost a public figure's visibility, at least temporarily. If you scroll through the comments under Rod Wave's latest Instagram posts or old music videos, you'll see a mix of sadness, confusion, and straight-up chaos. Some fans are reminiscing about how his music helped them through tough times. Others are asking him to speak up. A few are even turning on him. This emotional split reflects something bigger, a shift in how we, as an audience, process celebrity scandals in the social media age. We demand transparency, but also thrive on the mystery. We want accountability, but often rush to judgment before the facts are out. And in the middle of all this is a man who once said, "I done been through so much pain that I don't even feel pain no more." Lyrics like that hit different now. Whether he's innocent or guilty, this situation is going to leave a mark. Not just on Rod Wave's career, but on the public's perception of him. He's no longer just a heartbroken voice in our playlists. He's now a headline, a case, a controversy. This moment is also a reminder of how quickly things can spiral for public figures. Fame doesn't come with a guidebook, and past trauma doesn't excuse future mistakes. But we also can't ignore how often Black men in the music industry are simultaneously praised, scrutinized, and criminalized. There's a cultural tension here that goes beyond Rod Wave himself, something deeper about who we choose to believe, who we forgive, and why. In the end, we don't know all the facts yet, but the court of public opinion is already in session, and Rod Wave's trending status is just the tip of the iceberg. Whether this moment becomes a cautionary tale or a misunderstood episode in a complicated life, only time will tell. Until then, the story continues to unfold, and we'll be watching. This incident could also impact how future music from Rod Wave is received. If he addresses the arrest or the surrounding rumors in his lyrics, it might resonate powerfully with some fans, or it might come off as damage control, depending on how the public feels by then. Music has always been his outlet, and there's no doubt that his next release will be closely examined, not just for its quality but for any hints, explanations, or apologies buried in the verses. Whether it's a full project or a single, the stakes are higher now than ever before in his career. For now, all eyes are on what happens next, both in court and in the court of public opinion. Will Rod Wave speak out and share his side of the story? Will more evidence surface to support or debunk the circulating rumors? Until there's more clarity, the narrative remains foggy, and the speculation won't stop. But one thing is certain. This trending moment isn't just about Rod Wave the rapper. It's about Rod Wave the man, standing at a crossroads, facing the consequences of a moment that could redefine his legacy.